Hey guys, Lindsay here. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going to do a tag video. I haven't done one in a while. I've literally, I think, only done one on my channel, and I've wanted to do more, but you know, there's been so many like new makeup releases or orders that I've made that finally have come in. And since I only post now 4 videos a week, which is still fairly new, I usually just want to focus on the makeup for that kind of stuff. But like I've mentioned recently, April can be really busy for me and I don't always have the time that I need to like film a full-on video, like doing my makeup start to finish. So I figured this would be the perfect time to insert a tag video. And I've been watching, like I watch, you know, Annette's Makeup Corner and Beauty Bean, and both of them did this tag like fairly recently. Like Annette just did it and I think Beauty Bean did it not too long ago. But this tag was actually created by Georgia Harris. I'll just go ahead and link all 3 of those channels down below because I recommend all 3 of them if you don't already watch them. You won't be disappointed. But yeah, so I figured this would be a fun one to do. It's more about the whole makeup collection and like my makeup style, I guess you'd say, or at least like why I buy certain things that I buy. So I figured it'd be a fun one to go ahead and answer. And if you're curious about what's on my face, this will actually be the video that's up tomorrow. So you'll get to see how this is created and what products make up this beautiful look. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the first question. So number 1 is, how long have you been collecting makeup? I've been into makeup for as long as I can remember, at least since middle school is like when I really got into it. You know, back then it was like I always would match my eyeshadow to my shirt, blue eyeshadow, blue shirt, fun stuff like that. As far as collecting makeup goes, maybe like 5 years? I don't know. It's hard to put like a actual number on it. I definitely didn't have the collection that I have now, and really the collection I have now is only because I'm on YouTube and I'm actually like trying to buy stuff to like review, but I used to like to collect stuff even before that. So let's just say 5 years to be safe. Number 2 is, what kind of collection do you have? Minimal, utilitarian, aesthetic, historical, etc. Well, it sure as hell isn't minimal. Yeah, my collection is a bit all over the place. Again, I would say that my collection is only as big as it is just because I do YouTube videos. I don't think that it would be nearly as big if I didn't do these videos. I did have an Alex drawer before I started YouTube, so I will say that I had the little tall 9 drawers, and that was just because I had started kind of accumulating enough, you know, but it wasn't completely filled with stuff. I never had like a ton of brow products, face products, things like that. Mostly what I would collect was lip products and eyeshadow palettes. I really went crazy on liquid lipsticks when they first came out, like indie brands. LA Splash was the first indie brand liquid lipstick I purchased, and it was like I wanted to buy every liquid lipstick that they had. So I guess I would say my collection is just collector style. I don't know. It's just all over the place. It's just a ton of stuff, mostly eyeshadow palettes these days though. Number 3 is, are you a completionist? And I will say that yeah, I used to be. I'm not anymore. I'm definitely trying to break that habit. I think that's part of why my collection got as big as it did. For example, with the LA Splash liquid lipsticks, literally they, at the time when I first started buying from them, had like a Harry Potter themed liquid lipstick collection, and then they had like Disney princess ones, and I had to have all of them. Did I actually wear all of those liquid lipsticks in real life? No, and I wasn't doing YouTube videos or posting Instagram photos, so it was like I bought them for absolutely no reason, just because I had to complete the collection. I also had a really bad habit of doing that when I first started my channel, where if a collection released, if I could afford it, I would buy the whole collection just so that I could review the whole collection for you. But now I've learned that's not really the best way to go about things, because then I just end up with stuff in my collection that I don't ever use. I end up decluttering it down the line. There are times when I will kind of load up the cart with everything I want, and then I'll compare it to what the price is of buying like the full collection if they have it sold like that. And if it's a good enough discount for the collection, or if it's not too far off, then I maybe will still go buy like the collection package. But that's generally the way that I'll go about things. I'm trying to be a bit more selective about what I'm buying and not just buying it because it completes a set. So I'm not a completionist anymore. Number 4 is, how do you store and organize your collection? If you could see behind the camera right now, you would see that it's not organized at all. It is a train wreck in here. I know I did a room tour video not long ago. I'll link that up here. But honestly, I've changed it a bit since then. So I still have my 9 drawer Alex stack thing. But my husband did pick me up 2 of the like shorter 5 drawer Alex drawers, and then we did the little tabletop across the top. So now the desk that I sit at actually has drawers on the side. Previously, I just had like a desktop table type of thing that only had one drawer in the center. So we actually moved that to my son's room, and he's actually using that as a desk for school now. So now I have way more storage that I can have close to me, which is really nice, because the one thing that I'm wanting to do more of right now is just rotate through my collection more, use different face products, use different blushes, use different palettes, things like that, which is why I started the Throwback Thursday series for palettes, but I want to make sure that I'm using up different highlighters and different lip products and things like that. So having it a little bit closer to me and, you know, easily within reach while I'm doing these videos is going to make it a little bit more convenient. What can I say? I'm a little too lazy to go like walk over there and pick out something else, but as of right now, my tabletop is just covered in dirty brushes that need to be washed, lashes. I still have bins full of lipsticks from doing my lip collection video, which I still need to film the second part of. And all of my palettes are still on the floor, because literally once I did those collection videos, my intention was to take that, you know, opportunity to put them all back in different places and really reorganize. And that hasn't happened yet. So right now everything's pretty much on the floor and most of the drawers are empty. So my goal over the next like maybe weekend or two, just depending on my availability, is going to be finally to reorganize. But yeah, for the most part, my storage system is Alex drawers of different heights when I actually put stuff in them. Number 5 is, what is your favorite thing about your collection? Probably all the awesome nerdy makeup that I have. I mean, I will say, like, I've been such a nerd for, like, you know, all sorts of random things for so long, but it's only been in the more recent years that it's become normal or like more popular to where brands are actually seeing that girls and women want this stuff and they're actually making products. Like, I know not everybody was super thrilled with the Ulta and Marvel Avengers collection as far as the aesthetic and like the look of it and everything, but they made an Avengers makeup collection. Let's just think about that for a second. All of this stuff that we nerdy girls have loved for so long is finally becoming popular enough that actual popular makeup brands are partnering with these companies and wanting to make a collection. I mean, I've been getting good stuff from indie brands for a while now, and of course, you know, you get the Hot Topic stuff, which even that's blown up. Let's be honest, Hot Topic palettes aren't the most amazing quality, but we've been getting some really fun themed palettes out of Hot Topic lately. And there were years before that when they really didn't, like, they had the Black Heart Beauty stuff, but there really wasn't a bunch of nerdy palettes. But mostly what I would get my nerdy stuff from were indie brands, because they would do an inspired by, like, I had a couple different Harry Potter themed collections from like Shiro Cosmetics, Geek Chic, Breesia Cosmetics. They were all inspired by, they weren't licensed by. But the fact that we're actually getting companies like Ulta and Sephora, like I know like Sephora Thailand did an Avengers thing, but the fact that they're actually doing Disney stuff and Marvel stuff, and hopefully in the future, J.K. Rowling will get with somebody to do some Harry Potter makeup, like official Harry Potter makeup, that makes me so happy. So that is definitely my favorite part of my collection, is all the fun, nerdy themed makeup that I've managed to find over the past couple of years, and I hope to find much, much more. So number 6 is, what is your least favorite thing about your collection, or something that you would want to improve? I would just say probably the lack of use that my collection gets, and that's something I'm trying to improve on. I did do a decluttering of things like foundations that were expired and things like that, but I do need to make a better effort to try out different things in my collection, because it's just pretty sad that I've basically wasted money for something to sit in a drawer. So that's definitely my least favorite part, is the fact that I have accumulated so much over the past couple of years, and then it's just sat here, maybe been used like a handful of times. So I am definitely trying to make a huge effort to make a difference and change that. Number 7 is, what is the biggest category of your collection? I haven't counted recently, but I'm gonna say it's probably between lip products and palettes. I honestly don't know which one's bigger. For the longest time, I would have said lip products, just because I did have that whole like addiction with collecting liquid lipsticks, but I did kind of declutter recently. But my palette collection has grown like crazy. I don't even know how many I have. I probably ought to count them. Maybe when I reorganize and like put everything away, I'll count them. Especially like the Hot Topic ones. I've got so many of them. So yeah, it's a toss-up, lip products or palettes. What is the smallest category in your collection? That's probably gonna be something like face products, maybe like setting sprays. I think I have maybe 4 setting sprays. I think I have more, yeah, I think I have more primers than I have setting sprays. So we'll say setting sprays. I really don't use setting sprays that often. So most of the ones that I have are ones that have come in like BoxyCharms, and then I think I bought 2. So, okay, so I bought 2 out of 4. I did declutter 1 or 2 recently that were super old and disgusting. Mostly I use setting sprays for like spritzing my brush to do eyeshadow. That's it. Let's see. Number 9 is, do you have a holy grail in your collection? I guess I would say that I do. You probably aren't going to be surprised when I tell you this. It's going to be the Collective Cosmetics highlighters. So at this point, let's see. At this point, I have 6 of the single highlighters like this. And then I have my Moon Twin palette, which has 4 highlighters up here in this little row right there. I am obsessed with their highlighter formula. It is so glittery and glowy. It's actually what's on my cheek right now. I love their highlighters, and you guys have probably seen me reach for their highlighters in multiple videos, not just videos where I'm using their products exclusively. A lot of times I'll grab for their highlighters just for an extra brightness on the inner corner, or even to layer over a color on the inner corner because it's just so shimmery and sparkly and beautiful. And I use them, you know, as my highlighter quite often. So those have definitely been a holy grail for me. I absolutely love their formula. I discovered it with the Moon Twin palette, and then my collection has grown mostly because of the subscription box, because the one that I get always has a highlighter in it, and then I got 2 of their new recent ones, Thawing and Bright. Super beautiful. So yeah, and I highly recommend their highlighter formulas. They are, like the glittery ones are a softer formula, so you need to be a little bit delicate with them. They can break. I've accidentally dropped mine on the carpet and it like poofed everywhere. Luckily I was able to, you know, put it back together with some alcohol and it works just fine. But that's the only thing I will say is definitely be careful with them because they're very soft and delicate, but they are stunning. Definitely my holy grail. Number 10 is, do you ever wish your collection was bigger, smaller, or is it complete? I don't really care one way or another. I will say that I used to want like the beauty guru room that you see like from the 1 million subscribers or even the 500,000 subscribers where they have like a wall of stuff. But at the same time, I have trouble using the stuff that I have, so I don't know how I would handle something like that. I don't necessarily want it to be bigger or want it to be smaller, but I'm not gonna say it's complete because obviously I'm doing these videos for a reason. I want to keep having a channel and I want it to grow. I would love to be more successful on YouTube. So of course I'm gonna keep buying palettes to review and buying products to review and adding to my collection. I probably will stick to more just the lip product and the palettes and not really buy, I don't really ever review face products and stuff like that. And that's honestly because I don't wear a lot of foundation and stuff like that on my day-to-day life to work. So I'm not really a good judge for reviewing stuff like that. Maybe one day I will get to the point where I'm like getting up early enough to do my face before work, but quite frankly, I love sleep more and I don't care. And that's the one thing I like about wearing glasses is I feel like it kind of completes my look even if I don't have anything on except for a little brow product. So yeah, I don't necessarily think it's complete. I'll let it keep growing, but I don't want it to get out of hand. Number 11 is how often do you declutter your makeup collection? And you guys should know it's not often at all because you guys pretty much saw my first decluttering in a long, long time. The lip products. And you guys saw some of those lip products that I decluttered were disgustingly old. So clearly I don't declutter often enough. Previous to that, like when I did the palette video, I did kind of pull aside some palettes and declutter a couple that I gave to some friends. I didn't film that. I didn't really think you guys would be interested in it, but apparently you guys like watching declutter videos. So I do have my lip collection part 2 that I eventually will get around to filming and I'll kind of declutter with that one as well. But other stuff, like I kind of went through, like when I was doing these drawers, kind of went through and tossed out some foundation that I knew was old, things like that. I'm trying to get better about decluttering now, and mostly that's because I'm finally trying to get better about using my products. That's why I didn't declutter before, because I just use the same stuff over and over. So yeah, I need to get better about decluttering. Okay, so number 12 is, do you ever get envious seeing other people's makeup collections? And kind of like I just mentioned, I really don't anymore. I used to want the big beauty YouTuber makeup collection, but I really don't now. And granted, a lot of the reason those girls have those big collections is because they're getting giant boxes of PR all the time. Now, I would love to get giant boxes of PR all the time. Honestly, the main and only reason that I would love to get PR is just that whole advantage of getting something before it's released to the public, because that's what gives you the advantage with your videos is if you can get something out there before everybody else, you know, you stand a better chance of getting more views on your video, and then in turn, you can make a little bit better money off of that video. That would probably be the only thing I really care about when it comes to PR. Yeah, I mean, I do spend a lot of money buying all this makeup, so it would also be nice to get it for free. But if a company just like gave me the offer to go ahead and place my order and buy product before it was gonna hit the shelves, I would be totally cool with that. So yeah, as far as the question goes, no, I'm not jealous of anybody's collection anymore. I'm perfectly happy with mine. Okay, so we're almost done. Let's see. Number 13 is who on YouTube has the best makeup collection video? And honestly, I don't no. Like I don't really watch makeup collection videos much anymore. I used to, mostly with the people like I think I watched Jaclyn Hill's. I don't usually watch makeup collection videos. I like to watch room tours more than anything because I like to just see their setup. But sometimes people will kind of go through and show you some of their stuff in there. I think Kathleen Lights maybe did one. I don't know. It's been so long since I watched somebody's videos, so I probably couldn't tell you who's the best is. Like I said, mostly I'm more interested in how the room is set up and how they kind of organized all the makeup. And last but not least, number 14, what's some advice you'd give to a future makeup collector? Don't collect makeup. I mean, if you really want to, then you can, but I just don't recommend it. Coming from somebody who used to basically collect makeup, I've kind of learned like why it's not good to just collect and hoard makeup, because unless you're really actively using it all the time, you're basically just wasting your money by buying something to let it sit in a drawer after you've used it once or twice. So I would say if you're going to collect makeup, only do it if you actually know you're going to use those products frequently, because really otherwise why are you spending your money? And I would say also like with that whole like collection kind of mentality, make sure you really want something, like all the things in a collection before you buy the whole thing, because you don't have to complete the whole collection. Believe me, you might be super happy with like an eyeshadow palette and an eyeliner instead of like a palette, an eyeliner, a lipstick, a mascara, and everything that came in a collection. So that's all I would say is just like actually think about, do I really want all of this? Am I really going to use all of this? And like, the only times I've kind of gone the whole like complete a collection route these days have been if it's a really good, insane deal. Like with the Ulta Marvel collection recently, I really only cared to pick up maybe 2 to 3 items. But because they were having such a great sale with the buy 2 get 2 free and it was already a good price on everything, I went ahead and bought more items than I probably would have bought originally. And I actually ended up finding some really good items that I wasn't originally going to buy, like with some of the lip products. So I would just say definitely think about why you're wanting to collect before you do it, and just make sure that you're going to use it, because you don't want to waste your money. You worked hard for your money. All right, so that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's any other tag videos that you want to see me do, like leave me a comment below, because I try to keep up with the ones that are coming out, and I do want to do more of them kind of in the future. So yeah, if there's ones that you know of, let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's all. So I will see you guys in my next video.